Carolyn Dube here. What's the play for today? Well, today it involves something that I was completely wrong about, an old ratty worn cookbook, and a question that I've asked a lot, and more than once in my life I've been told to stop asking. Now, what do these three things all have in common? They were part of what led to my latest workshop, The Joy of Stenciling. Now, how can me being wrong about something lead to a workshop? Well, back when I bought my very first stencil, I remember when I had my own money and I went and I bought my very first one. I think it was at a Ben Franklin, and they had a display. You know, we've got all of them on the little pegs or whatever you call it, the little, whatever, the display. And it was a big fleur-de-lis. It was about this big, and I wanted to put it on a wall. I was going to stencil it on a wall. And when I bought that stencil, that was the only thing that I thought I could do with it. One color stenciled in there with the paste, one of those big fat brushes, and that was all I could use it for. And I was so completely wrong. There are so many ways you can use stencils. And over the years, as I've played with them, as I'm honored to become one of the designers for StencilGirl Products, what I found is there's pretty much an unlimited way you can use stencils. But here's the catch. If you don't fully understand why a stencil does what it does, or why it's behaving a certain way with an art supply, it makes it a lot harder to experiment, to explore, to enjoy getting the maximum use out of your stencils. And so that's one of the reasons why I created this workshop. In this workshop, we'll be using things like acrylic paint, tinfoil, watercolors, embroidery thread, embossing paste, sandpaper, ink pads, and more. And although that may sound like a random list of art supplies, it's really not. I've specifically chosen these techniques using these products to build your understanding of stencils. Because I really believe when you understand why stencils behave the way they do, then you can really take them to the next level. You can look around your stash of supplies that you have that you love, and you'll know how to apply those to the stencils that you have. Because again, the more you understand about them, the more fun you can have and the more freedom you can have creating things without the guessing, without that random feeling. Earlier in this video, I mentioned a cookbook that had something to do with this workshop. Now, when I was growing up, my mom had her favorite cookbook, and this is where she would have recipes that she would turn to when she'd just tell me how to do this, how to make it, and she'd look through there. And it would inspire her when she wanted something different, and it was also a place that gave her some information that really deepened her understanding of the ingredients when cooking. And this book, you may be familiar with it, The Joy of Cooking. And I realized I want something like that for stenciling. A reference that you can come back to anytime that you want, as many times as you want, where you can get a step-by-step technique, as well as get more of an understanding about the art supplies, the materials that you're using. All of the techniques that I'm sharing with you in this workshop came about because of one question that I love to ask, and that is why? Why did this happen? Why didn't this work? Why did this work? And you can also imagine from being a kid into adulthood how many times people told me to stop asking why. But I'm so glad that I kept asking why, because it's through asking that I got to really understand stenciling and how it works. And that is what I put into this workshop so that you can skip all that trial and error. I can save you some time and you can get to the fun faster with your stencils. So when does the joy of stenciling begin? Well, as soon as you get registered. This is a self-paced workshop, so that means once you're registered, you've got immediate access to the 22 lessons in there. And these are all downloadable videos, so you can watch them online or offline. You have lifetime access, and on top of that, there is a 14-day no-hassle money-back guarantee. But wait, there's more! To quote the famous Ron Popeil, there are 2 bonus videos for you. The first is the sneaky way to use modeling paste. Now, I love the dimension and the texture that you can get with modeling paste, but if you've ever used modeling paste, you know that there's quite a bit of a wait time when you're using it, and that can really slow down the play, can really get in the middle of what you're doing. And so I found a sneaky way around that. The other thing that I love to do with stencils is to create a cutout of whatever the design is. So say like butterflies, except I don't like to cut them out because I'm impatient. And there's a way to do this with stencils and modeling paste where you don't have to cut anything out, and it's in this bonus video for you. The second bonus video is making it personal. Now in this video, I'm going to be focusing on what those little touches are, those things that you can do to make your stenciling look uniquely you. And as a bonus, you get to see what happens when it gets really, really ugly and what I do to turn it around and turn it into something that I love. If you're ready to have some fun with your stencils, then check out the Joy of Stenciling. Links down below with all the details and registration for you. Well, thanks so much for being here. I so appreciate you spending this time. And if you've been enjoying this video, if you're excited about stencils, then I hope you'll give this video a thumbs up. And of course, if you know somebody that you think would enjoy stenciling, share this video with them so they can join in the fun. Thanks so much for letting me be a part of your colorful journey.